Hi guys, it's Brian from the SEO Optimist. Thank you for joining me on this rainy Wednesday afternoon. In this video, I wanted to kind of extrapolate on what we've gone into earlier, which is in SEO learning, it's often not just about what should you be doing, but it's as much a matter of what should you not be investing your energy in, what is a waste of time or just not really the best use of your time. And in this case, I think one of them is an over-reliance on trying to be number one for every keyword that you're tracking. Certainly that's a nice goal, and it's been repeated so many times in SEO by people who sell it or people who teach it. I'll get you number one, number one, number one. Yes, but it's harder than you think because there's a lot of people that are in your industry, in your city. They all want to be number one. Google is constantly reevaluating its algorithm, so even if you are number one, there's no guarantee that you'll stay there tomorrow, especially if you have a competitor who is neck and neck with you and very competitive. You might notice that you trade places quite a bit. I think the danger of that is that a lot of people will read into that. If I'm not number one for my keywords, I might as well not even be on the internet, like as though, you can't get any traffic if you're not. There's a couple things I want to point out to that. One, a lot of times when we pick our keywords, they're based on, of all the keywords related to my industry, I picked the 5 that had the most traffic, and I'm going to track those. That's a wise idea. But I have seen over the years a lot of times a website will rank for things the people involved don't always realize. They're not part of the words you're tracking. And so you can look at a ranking report and say, oh, we're still number 3 for this one word. But this related one that you might not be tracking, you might actually rank number 1 perhaps, or at least top 3 for. And a fair amount of your web traffic is coming from that. And I've seen clients look at these reports and draw certain conclusions and still be getting a lot of phone calls, more than they expected. And so, again, just being number 1 isn't the be-all, end-all. If you believe the numbers they've been saying for years, the number 1 slot gets about 40% of the overall clicks. It seems like it's less so these days, especially with the introduction of local, but even if we roll with 40%, the other 40% is slots 2 through 5, with the remaining 20%, 6 through 10. As far as the spots on page 1. And so as long as you are in the first half of the page, you're still going to get a lot of the clicks. And bear this in mind also. There's a lot of people that do not make a snap decision when they're searching for something, especially if it's something expensive or like remodeling their house or anything like that. They might say, it's cool that you ranked number 1. I like your site. I like what I see, but I'm not going to make a decision now. I am going to look at some of your competitors, and so I'm going to look through 2 through 5. And if you instead happen to be 2 through 5, you have more opportunity than you might think you do to persuade this person and build some rapport with them, especially if your site is designed better, if it's simpler to use, if it's more informative, maybe you have more reviews or better reviews on Google than they do. A whole bunch of reasons that you could win over somebody else who ranks number 1. And even there, even if you do rank number 1, there's a whole bunch of ways you can improve upon your site to better leverage the fact that you are number 1. And those are really things I would say to focus on more than that. So hope that was valuable as you guys are refining your own SEO efforts and kind of, digging deeper into how to get more from your sites. And join me next time on the next video, guys. Thanks.